little introduction. We're both from the Student Guild, the Wellness Warrior program, which aids in promoting wellbeing and positive mental health on campus. So we're just going to have a bit of a jump in and talk about Sarah's volunteering experience, because she is across many volunteer programs in the Guild, as well as being a current board member. So Sarah, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're studying, and just a bit of a brief overview?
Okay, so my name's Sarah McDonald and I'm in my third year of psychology, so nearly finished, yeah. And basically I volunteer and I study psychology through, I think like life experiences really shape like the path that we're about to walk on, and I guess like for me that has played like a massive impact. I've struggled with mental health like a fair bit in the past, probably like my whole teenage life, and so I think that has definitely made an impact and make me really want to like help people. I think like the way that I look at it is I didn't go through what I did for no reason. Like I like those years kind of like went to waste, but I want to put it to like a good thing now. So like at least it would be worth it if like I could go help people and stuff. So that's, yeah.
Which you're already doing, and I think that's so beautiful that you've made like any hardship that you're going through now, that you're creating that into a positive experience and impacting people throughout that. So I think that's pretty powerful. And what do you think are your, like that's a bit of a summary, do you have any hobbies or anything like that you kind of that go in life with your uni life as well?
My biggest hobby would probably be volunteering, I guess. Like
all you said that.
All my spare time is spent, I guess, like volunteering or like, I don't know, doing anything in the guild really. And I guess like that's all I do is study. And then when I'm not studying, I'm at uni in the guild doing something, I don't know. But yeah, probably like that, or just like hanging out with friends, being super social, I guess is my main hobby.
And I guess you get that sort of community from the guild as well. You know what I mean? You get that like social community. What's your favourite part of, I guess, volunteering with the guild, and what do you look forward to the most?
My favourite part of the guild is that most of like the full-time workers and stuff like that, they came from being a student. And I think like that really shows of how like the guild is run and stuff, that it like they were a student, so they kind of like, I don't know, they get it, I guess. And it kind of really creates like this really good atmosphere where like, I don't know, you kind of just like feel like it's like a really good community, like a family on campus, and I think like that's really good.
Yeah, and it's that safe, like inclusive environment, I guess, that you can feel to be yourself as well. And I guess if the staff are doing that, then
exactly.
Exactly. No, that's very awesome. And then, so what made you, this is interesting, Sarah, I didn't actually know if I know this, what made you initially sign up to the guild to be a volunteer?
So Briana, actually.
Shout out to Bri.
I've known her for ages, and stuff like that, did uni games with her and things like that, and she was always like, because she was, before she graduated, she was like she started volunteering, I think, and then like was working as well. And she was like, come on, Sarah, like you'd really like it. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like don't even know what the guild is type thing. This is like I started my second year of uni. So yeah, and she was like, no, just come. And then I don't know, I just came and did O Week. I think that was the first ever thing that I did. And
good way to start, throw in the deep end.
And I guess I was just like, all right, I'll just do it. And
from there. Well, the Bri, I think, is a perfect experience. Perfect example of what you were talking about before as well, because and I don't think you could find a more passionate staff member now. And now she's grown into, I guess that passion is now where she's working 5 days a week as well, and she's getting to live out her passion more through a student experience. So I think that's pretty cool that you can see that, and she was the person who brought you in as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's very exciting. What was your first impression or experience that you remember about volunteering?
It's kind of like a blur. Like I feel like there was never that awkward, like, you know, when you come into like something new and it's like that awkward, like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't know, I just like came in and was like, all right, like I'm here. This is
me.
Yeah, this is like all good. Like I don't, like, I've made so many friends and things like through volunteering, but I'm like, I don't remember when there was ever that awkward like initial stage. I just feel like it was just automatic, like friendship, automatic.
Yeah, there was no barriers there. We're all just
straight into like, so.
How long have you been a Student Guild volunteer for now, Sarah?
Just over a year. So I started, so it was O week of 2019. So,
oh my God, it feels like you've just been here forever now as well. Like it feels like almost like longer than that because you just feel so a part of everything.
Yeah, I'm like, I look at my first year of uni and I'm like, what did I even do without the guild? Like, what was I even doing? Like, God knows.
It's life before the guild, BG.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good. And I know this is probably a hard one because you're saying like it's been such a big experience, it's hard to remember. But do you have like a favourite memory or maybe a time in the guild where you really, everything kind of made sense with what you were doing and your purpose was?
There'd be two. The first one would have to be the Have a Feed. The Have a Feed Christmas lunch.
Yeah.
I think that would have been like my first community outreach, I think. And I don't know, there's like, like the Student Guild, we do like a lot of on-campus stuff, like trying to reach the students, but like when you start to reach like outside that and like to like the broader community, I think it like hits different. I think like it kind of like, I stood back after that day and was like, whoa, like it's the simple things like this where like we could really make a difference and stuff like that, and it's so easy, and there's so many people out there that like that are looking for that positiveness. And so that would probably be one. And then the other one on campus would have to be when I did like the pop-up store for Kick It to the Stigma to break the stigma for men's mental health. I don't know, I think just being able, like as a volunteer, to be able to like implement something like that was really like cool, and it was kind of put the ball in my court, and I was like, yeah, like I can like steer this and I can like actively like make a difference, and I thought that was really cool.
That's pretty amazing as well. And I think, do you realise as well that you've been a part of two really big social changes that probably stem beyond the university environment as well? So you make a difference in your university community, but then you're making a difference in that outer community, and finding that sense of purpose, I think, so young is so incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty awesome. It's very, very awesome, I think. Okay, so Sarah, this is a bit of advice time. What advice would you give to a volunteer who is interested in signing up at the moment?
My advice would be to just go for it. I think as simple as it is, I think that one thing that I like live by is I always just throw myself in the deep end wholeheartedly, and if it works out, it works out, and if it doesn't, then at least I tried. And like in this case, like it definitely worked out in my favor. But I think like, I don't know, like being part of the Student Guild 100% changed my life, and I think that like it has the capacity to change everyone's life, and I think it doesn't look like much from the outside, but like once you really like dive in and stuff, it's like there's so much depth and so much like amazing stuff, and it's all random stuff that you wouldn't even think that happens or does. It's like, so I don't know, I would definitely just advise just to do it, because like you got nothing to lose, I guess, and it could definitely like change your whole perspective, and like for some people like give yourself a purpose and stuff. So
it's pretty incredible. And I think sometimes in life we do just need to jump in, don't we? Just not really think about things and just take a risk. And it's amazing how one experience, like as you've spoken about, has had so many positive effects from that as well. So that probably kind of leads me to the next thing. What do you think one sort of valuable memory or learning or experience that you've really taken out of volunteering, like been one moment, whether it's like set you in your career direction or who you want to be as a person? Is there something that's really taught you?
I think so, like during like obviously like mental health is like a very on and off, like you're gonna go through it, then feel like you're over it, and then it'll come back and stuff like that. I think it would have been like mid last year where, I don't know, like it was just something like being like, I don't know, I was doing something student guild wise, and it kind of just like clicked where it was like, you know what, like this has set me onto like a better path, like, and I'm actively like making a difference, and like I'm doing what I love with like so many like amazing like-minded people, where it was kind of just like it's up to me now to decide like what I'm gonna feel and what I'm gonna let like control my life. And like I like the negative like effects of like mental health, I was like, nah, like I'm not gonna let that control me anymore. And it was kind of just like, I don't know, it was weird, and it was kind of just like, you know, I'm just gonna do what I
mean, I think it's like you have those pivotal moments in life as well, you know, especially if you've been through something that's a little bit more difficult to overcome, and then something just switches and you're like, no, I'm going to take ownership of this now. And
it's like you figure out what you deserve and what like you're, I guess like you're ready to go on and do better. And I guess like that was it.
And I think probably one of literally my most favourite moments, like to date with my job as well, is like hearing you the other day saying that you wanted to be a student support manager from your experience volunteering because you wanted to make the same sort of difference that's been instituted in your life. And I think that you're going to make such a difference doing that. And that's so incredible that you've had that realisation so young, and, you know, that you're already thinking about this and you're already accumulating all this knowledge. Yeah, I think that's just unbelievable. And for me to realise that a volunteer has been impacted by the program like that, that's probably been one of the most magical things for me to hear. So yeah, that was really special.
It's good.
Very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most when everything goes back, like post-COVID life?
Definitely getting like all the volleys back together, and I just like being able to like hang out, like even if it's just like, I don't know, like I guess like not take, because I guess like before this everyone was kind of like took advantage of like always being with like the human interaction, I guess, like took it for granted. And I think that like I definitely probably won't take it for granted as much when everything goes back. So yeah, I guess I'm just excited to go back and like, I don't know, start doing more volunteer things on campus, because everyone will be looking for that, you know.
Yeah. I think everyone will be craving it as well, like just craving that sort of community and interaction again.
Yeah, so I think everyone will be really happy and really like engaged to like, get together. So yeah.
Very awesome. And my last question, have you had any professional or networking opportunities come about because of volunteering?
I mean, so last year, when Shana, the student support and advocacy manager, was there, and then Brittany was working under her with the half student, half thing. Brittany let me be her little like wingman and a person, and so that's where I got to like come up with the Kick It to the Stigma pop-up stall and things like that. So I think that was probably like the biggest.
You got to like project manage your own idea, really.
Yeah, I was like, I had never even done a project thing and had to, and I like sat there and I did like computer admin stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm like, this is different. We don't do this in psych, but and things like that. So that's probably the biggest. And I guess just, I don't know, like with like the kind of networking with like people like Josh Farr and like Damo and things, I think like are probably like the best networking things that I've come into contact with, I guess.
They're pretty awesome. I fangirl of them.
Yeah, they're like pretty good legends, I guess. And so probably they're my favorite, like networking and just like connecting with them on LinkedIn and stuff like that, and just like seeing what like they're putting out into the world is like pretty good and stuff like that. So
I know, I think I look up to them as well, and when you're around people like that, it really helps you define a clear idea of what you want to achieve in your career as well, what sort of purpose you want to give. And I think that's pretty crazy that they're doing that, so it's so awesome to hear that, you know, you feel the same as well, which is really cool.
You definitely become the people you surround yourself with, I guess.
Yeah. And that's why the better our community is, the better we all are.
Exactly. Killing it, yeah.
So good. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to be with us today. You've answered everything beautifully. Do you have any last little words of wisdom or anything else that you want to add in terms of Student Guild volunteering?
I guess like everyone probably struggles with time management, and I guess that like there's so many things that go on in life outside of university, but I think that if you really look at your time management, you do have time, and like becoming a volunteer like doesn't take a lot of time and stuff. Yeah. It's definitely a breath of fresh air outside of like all your commitments and things, so I would definitely recommend it. And like it's not a full-time job, so even if you just get involved and you do one thing, like one shift or meeting one person could change a lot. So I guess like would definitely encourage everyone, especially after this time. Yeah. Like everyone needs positivity in their life, so I guess that's probably it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sarah.